Welcome to Jain Tech Networks. Thanks to all students. We reached 15,000 subscriber.
Firewall authentication. In case if you are working with any other firewall vendor, for example, Palo Alto, in Palo Alto, you can say user ID concept. In Cisco Firepower Threat Defense, you can say user ID. You can say identity policy concept. So why we need this firewall authentication topic? Let's create a topology. Let's discuss scenario. So here I have a firewall device. For example, here we have a firewall device, and this firewall is connected with LAN machine. This portion is ISP portion, ISP side, port number 2, port number 1. So this inside machine, IP address is 192.168.10.10 is trying to communicate with this outside server 8.8.8.8, for example. You have a firewall policy onto this firewall device. Firewall policy, for example, rule 1. So if you remember your firewall policy configuration, if you remember, so in firewall policy, we can define our incoming interface, right?
Yes.
Outgoing interface, then source IP information, destination IP information,
Yes.
services we can attach, and then we can take action. What?
Yeah.
Allow, right?
Deny. Yeah.
We can allow our traffic.
Yes, or deny the
So
traffic.
as per your policy, traffic is traveling now. Okay. For example, this inside machine can communicate with this outside server. Okay, perfect. Now, as a firewall administrator, if I want to verify log information, related with this policy, related with this firewall policy. So yes, I can go in log and report, I can verify the log, but in log, what I have, in log, I have only IP address information. Okay, source IP address information and destination IP address information. I don't know which user account. I don't have full visibility. That is the issue. Maybe onto this machine, multiple users are working on a different time. What do you think? Maybe, right?
Yes.
So we don't have full visibility. We have only IP address information. We don't know which user account is trying to open this malicious link, which user account is trying to access this malicious file. No. So for full visibility, you can go with this concept is called firewall authentication for full visibility. What you can do, you can create a user account here, and this user account you can use in your policy configuration. You can use, policy configuration. So the first option to create user account, first option is what? First option is local database. You can create user account in local database, or you can say local storage. For example, you are working in a small network, 5 user account, 10 user account, 20 user account. You can create, no problem. You can use local storage. And these user accounts you can attach with your policy. For example, source user information is user 1, for example. So my point is you can attach your user information into your policy configuration. So this time your firewall will check user account information along with IP address. So first option is what? Local database. But in real scenario, we are working in a domain scenario, right? Domain network, like maybe you are working with xyz.com. This is domain network. So in domain network, we have centralized database for user account. We can go with remote authentication servers. In a domain environment, what we have? centralized remote authentication servers like, for example, Radius,
and Takas.
or maybe you have TechX, or maybe you have LDAP, or you can say Microsoft Active Directory.
Yes.
How to configure Radius, TechX, LDAP? This is not our task. Okay. This is not our task. Radius,
And
how
I want to ask you one question.
Mhm.
Like Radius and Takas, Radius, which is a open standard, and Takas, I think, is a Cisco proprietary.
Mhm.
Are they being configured on GUI on this platform?
Okay. Radius and TechX.
Yeah. Is
See-
he already
See, Radius and TechX.
okay?
For Radius and TechX, there is a separate training. It's called ICE.
ICE, yes, Cisco ICE.
Okay. So in ICE, you can configure. These are what authentication protocol, Tajuddin.
Then a security engine.
Okay. Identity service engine.
Identity service engine, sorry.
Okay. So how to configure this is not our task. Okay. I'm not talking about what is Radius, what is TechX. Okay. How to
Okay.
configure. What I'm telling you here, see, my point is what? These are what? These are called remote authentication servers. So maybe you have Radius, TechX, or LDAP. So Radius, TechX, all the user accounts are available onto this local database. What you can do as a firewall administrator, what you can do, you can integrate. You can integrate your firewall device with these remote authentication servers. Okay. You can integrate. For example, Radius you have, TechX you have, or LDAP. These are what a centralized database. All the user accounts are available here. Clear my point, Tajuddin?
Yes.
For example, in your network, you have Active Directory server. For example, LDAP server, you can say, or Active Directory server, you can say. This is what xyz.com. So all the user accounts are available here into this database. And your computers, they are participating into this domain scenario. They are not in a work group, okay? They are participating into this domain scenario. So now what you can do, you can integrate your firewall device. You can integrate your firewall device with this LDAP server. Now this time in policy, you are using LDAP information here into your policy. So if any machine is trying to travel outside, firewall will check user account information also with IP address. So this time, what you have full visibility. Clear my point?
Yes.
You have full visibility. So no problem. We can do this. Okay, in real scenario, you can do this. But my point is, in case, okay, you have computers in your LAN, okay, you have 100 computers, 200 computers in your LAN, okay, and they are participating into this domain scenario. Okay, they can log in. All the user accounts are available here. They can log in on any machine. Perfect, no problem. But what about guest user? Okay, what about guest user? Maybe some some marketing and sales person are here today. They are from different branch, and these are what? They are what? Guest user, for example. Clear my point?
Yeah.
These are what? Guest user. So I cannot add these computers into my Active Directory. No, because these are what? Guest user, right?
Yeah.
So for guest user, how can I monitor my username, or how can I monitor my traffic information? I'm talking about full visibility. Okay, maybe see these computers, what? These computers, for example, they are getting IP address through DSCP, so they have IP address. Okay, they have IP address. Now, if they are initiating their traffic, if traffic is going to hit onto the firewall LAN interface, so what you can do? You can use a concept here. It's called captive portal. For guest user, you can use a concept captive portal. So you can enable captive portal on port number 2. So if any guest user, for example, this inside machine is going to hit onto this port number 2. So this firewall will provide him a captive portal page. It's a HTML page. Firewall will provide him captive portal page. and he need to authenticate first. He need to authenticate first to access network resources, to access internet services. He need to authenticate first. And you as a firewall administrator, you can provide username and password. So you can create some user account in local database, because these computers, they are not participating into this domain scenario. So what you can do, you can create some user account in local database for guest user. You can provide him, you can provide to this machine, okay, please log in with username user1 and password 123. So this machine can insert information here, user1 password 123. If this machine is authenticated successfully, then firewall will check firewall policy information for this traffic. If there is a route, now traffic is traveling, and this time you have full visibility for your guest user. Clear my point,
Yeah.
Tajuddin?
Yes.
So this concept is called what? Firewall authentication. Firewall authentication. For full visibility, we can go with firewall authentication concept. Let me show you. Wait. See, in our practical, Tajuddin,
Yes.
in our practical, we will create user account in local database. But no problem. I will show you how to integrate your firewall device with LDAP server. Okay, because here I have LDAP server. How to prepare LDAP server? This is not our task, Tajuddin. Okay, but I can show you, because in real scenario, you can integrate. Okay, in case if you have Active Directory scenario and if you want to integrate, I can show you the step. Clear my point?
Yeah.
But let's go with this firewall. Okay, let's go with this practical. So I'm for testing, I will create user account in local database. Wait. I will reset this firewall device, Tajin. Okay, please wait.
Okay.
I'm doing basic configuration right now. Port number 1 and port number 2, I'm configuring. Okay. Port number 1 is a WAN port, and port number 2 we are using as a LAN port as per topology. So port number 2, 200.1/24 default route towards ISP. Basic configuration right now. Nadine, can you hear me, dear?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Okay. So in case if I'm creating my policy, okay, if I'm creating my policy, so you can go onto the policy and object, you can click on firewall policy, you can click on create new, you can click on create new, and you can see you can define all the parameters, for example, name, incoming interface, outgoing interface, source. So in source, you can add IP address information here. You can create IP address object and you can attach here, but you can see one more option is available. See, user option, right?
Yes.
We can add with IP address, we can add a user information. If you want to create user, you can click on create, you can click on user, or you can click on user group. So you can create. Okay, but here you can see here we have a dedicated tab for a user and group information. See, a user and authentication tab. Okay, let's create our user account or group account from here. So we have a dedicated tab, user and authentication. So you can click on user definition. So to create a user account in local database, you can click on create new, and you can see the option is available, local user. Option is what? Local user. If I'm using this option, local user, it means I'm creating user account in local database. In case if you have any remote authentication server like Radius, TechX, or LDAP, so you can select these options. Let's create user account in local database. You can click on next. You can provide username information. So user, for example, user 1, password 123. Click on next, submit. You can create one more user account, same local user. It means local database. Next, user
Did,
2.
Gito, sir?
Yes.
For the when I saw what you just the user you just created now, I found that the guest is default, right?
Guest. Okay.
Is
A
the
default
guest
option.
Okay, default. Okay.
This is not for guest user. Okay, it's a default option.
Okay.
Some default groups.
Okay, I can
So
see
you
that.
can create your manually user 1, user 2.
Okay.
Now you can click on user group. If you want to combine these users in a group, so you can click on user groups. You can click on create new. And you can see right now, if I'm creating group account, right now we have 3 options: name, type, and members, right? We have only 3 options. Let's give a name for this group. For example, a marketing hyphen group, or you can say local hyphen GRP. And yes, we have members, user 1, user 2. You can click on OK. So
Like
we have
them together. Yeah.
Yes, you can combine, okay? You can combine multiple users and you can put in a group like marketing group, sales group, HR group. So these user accounts, what you can use in your configuration, no problem. In case if you have LDAP server, for example, see here in Fortinet, we have an option for LDAP. We have option for what? Radius. So you can do integration. Okay. You can configure your integration with only LDAP and LDAP and radius. In case if you have a radius server, for example, okay, in your network, for example, in your LAN side network, you have radius server, for example, RADIUS, remote authentication dial in user service, radius server. So for radius server, all your devices like switch, firewall, these are what? These are called radius client. So radius server administrator will create entry for this radius client. For example, firewall is a radius client. So radius server administrator, he will create an entry for this firewall device. What he required? He need a name. For example, he can decide this is firewall 1. He need IP address. First, you can verify your connectivity. Then IP address. So IP address is 200.200.200.1. It's a firewall IP address. Now it's required secret key. Radius server administrator will define a secret key. For example, he's using CCNA. Same secret key is required, okay, for you as a firewall administrator when you are creating entry, for this radius server onto this firewall device. So you can say secret key is required to create a relation in between Fortinet firewall and this radius server. Clear my point? How do you think?
Yes.
Okay, so our task is what I'm telling you, our task is related with firewall device. We don't know how to configure radius, okay, how to work with radius. What I'm telling you, in case if radius server is available in your network and you have a connectivity with radius server, then how to create an entry for radius server? Here is the option. You can go onto your firewall device, you can click on radius server, you can click on create new. You can give a name first, for example, remote -SRV, just a name. And now you can provide your radius server IP address information. So radius server IP address is, for example, 200.200.200.150. And you can see is asking for secret key. I told you, secret key is required to create a relationship in between radius client and radius server. So this firewall is a radius client. For example, radius server administrator is using CCIE. Yes, you can create an entry. You can click on OK. Simple option. Now what you can do next, you can click on user group. You can click on create new. And now Tajuddin, you can see here we have one more option. This time, if I'm creating a group, I have this option. Previously, only these options available, right?
Yeah.
But when you configure any remote server entry, you can get this option, remote group. So for example, I'm creating group remote SRV1, and now you can click on add. If you have multiple radius server entry, if you have LDAP server entry, you can get the information here. You can click, yes, I have radius server entry. You can add, you can click on OK. You can click on OK. Done. This time, if you are configuring your firewall policy, for example, to allow your traffic, yes, let's create a policy, for example. So rule 1, incoming interface, outgoing interface, source, I'm using any, okay, and source user, you can see option is available. You can
Sorry,
add your yes,
can I quickly see your topology, please?
Topology, yes.
Yeah, let me just quickly look at it. I want to just see something. Okay, outgoing interface is port 1. Okay, no problem. Now, yeah, I got something I want to just verify.
Clear now?
Yeah, clear.
Okay,
Yeah.
now, so what, see here, what you can do, you can add your user account information. For example, I'm creating this policy for any specific user account. So yes, you can add, for example, I'm adding user one, this policy for user one, you can attach user information. And see, you cannot add on only user account information. For example, if I'm adding user name, we are getting a message here. One address group or external resources, internet services are required. It means IP address is required because this user account will log in from a PC, and PC need IP address. So you cannot add only user account information. First, you can add IP address. You can create a specific IP address object, no problem. Right now I'm using any, but you can create. So you can attach IP address information. You can click on user. You can add specific user, or you can add local group. In local group, we have two user account information, or you can go with remote group, remote server. Clear my point?
Yes, I'm with you.
So right now I'm for practical, I'm using local group because in local group we have two user account, user one, user two. Okay, destination any, services any. And now you can allow your session. Traffic is traveling now. All session log, you can click on. Okay, simple this option, Tajuddin.
Yes, very simple. But I just need to practice a lot.
Okay, no problem. But is that clear, this option?
Yeah, it's clear.
Now in case, okay,
You know,
right now we are not working in a domain scenario. Okay, so let's take example. This is guest user, Tajuddin. Okay,
yes.
this machine is a guest user. So if I want to see, for this guest user, I can enable captive portal option on port number 2. I can enable. Let's go here on firewall device. For captive portal, you can click on network tab. You can click on interface, and interface we have LAN port number 2. You can go into your port number 2 and you can see here is the option security mode. So we can enable captive portal on LAN interface. You can just enable, see, captive.
Look at the question mark on device detection.
This is not our
Okay.
topic. This is not our topic. No, not required. Not required.
Oh,
Device
okay.
detection is not required. Okay, this is for device detection. Okay, your neighbor information. This is not our topic. Our topic is this one, security mode, captive portal.
Okay.
Okay, Tajuddin.
Okay.
Device detection is for different thing. Now, so for captive portal, you can just enable this option, security mode, and you can see captive portal option, captive portal. And now see here in Fortinet firewall device, we have default captive portal page. Okay, if you want to use this default captive portal page in your testing scenario, so you can go with local. Or in case in your network, if you have any captive portal page on a location, so you can click on external and you can define your full path, your domain information and your folder. Clear my point?
Yeah.
So right now what I'm doing, local, no problem. You can do your practice with local authentication portal. It's a HTML file, you can change. You can do correction, you can edit into this default authentication portal. Now you can go with user access. So you can restrict group. Okay, if any specific group is coming, trying to initiate this connection, it will get a captive portal page. Firewall will provide a captive portal page. They need to authenticate, or if you want to go with all, so for anyone. Now you can exempt your source. Okay, if traffic is initiated from a specific IP address, no need to provide captive portal page. What do you think? Where we can use this exempt source option?
From the LAN, from ingress. Ingress
No,
port.
it's a LAN. Port number 2 we are using as a LAN.
Oh,
Tajuddin.
yeah, that's what
My
I'm saying.
point is what? Exempt source option, where we can use, in which scenario we can use. Okay. Exempt source means what? If traffic is coming for a specific IP address, no
Yes.
need to provide captive portal page for authentication.
Yes.
So in which scenario we can use this exempt source option, like printer, right? Network printer, fax machine, right? Clear my point?
Yes.
Printer, network printer, or fax machine, what? You cannot log in here. So when traffic is initiated, because if network printer is trying to download latest signature update, from, for example, print company. So I want to exempt the source. If traffic is coming from specific IP, because printer has a specific IP, if traffic is coming from this IP address, no need to provide captive portal, not required. Or you can exempt your destination or service. Okay, if traffic is going on particular destination, trying to access particular services, no need to provide captive portal base. But I'm not filtering. Let's go with the all. You can click on OK. Captive portal is enabled. So in case, Tajuddin, if this inside machine, okay, if this inside machine is trying to initiate traffic, let's try, okay, let's try. If this inside machine is trying to initiate his traffic, I'm trying to access, for example, msn.com, google.com, facebook.com.
Sometimes, sir, I got it difficult to load my Windows Server and Camon
Windows Server in your topology.
in my topology sometimes.
Okay, what RAM you have in your machine?
RAM, I got 32. Like
Your RAM, memory. I'm talking about memory and processor.
Oh, the processor is high now.
No, tell me the processor name, okay? Because it's
Intel.
required.
Yeah, Intel.
Intel. What?
Yeah,
Core
Intel.
i7, Core i9, Core i8,
Core 9, Core i9.
Core i9, and RAM you have
RAM 32.
32 GB. So
Yeah,
the
62.
problem is what?
64 bit.
Problem
Pardon?
is what? Only 8 GB is required for Windows Server. 8 GB RAM is required only for Windows Server. That's why it's working slow.
Okay.
Yes. Now let's try to initiate traffic. Okay, before initiate our traffic, Tajuddin, we can verify IP address information. IP config 200, 200, 200, 152 is IP gateway information. You can also verify DNS entry. So 192.168.1.1. Okay, so let's initiate our traffic. Okay, I'm trying to access google.com, facebook.com, for example. So you can open your browser. See, I'm getting a page. I cannot access. Tajuddin?
Yeah, I can see now.
I'm getting a page. Authentication required. Now, after your configuration, what you can do, you can, as a firewall administrator, you can go in firewall CLI mode. You can go in your firewall policy. So we have a firewall policy config firewall policy, and see, for some configuration, Tajuddin, you have to go with CLI command. Okay, you cannot configure with the graphical page. Okay.
Okay.
In FORTINET, it's required. In FORTINET, what we have, so for some configuration, graphical option is not available. You can go into the CLI mode and you can configure it. For example, right now, I'm trying to enable disclaimer page. What is disclaimer page? I will show you. But my point is what? If you want to enable disclaimer page, what you need to go on CLI option. So I'm going into the policy, and right now, if you type show command, so I have a single policy. Let's go into the policy ID 1, and I'm in policy ID 1. So I can type a command set disclaimer enable. This option I cannot enable with graphical page. You can press enter. What is disclaimer page? Just like an agreement. Okay, I will show you it. So now, remember we have two user accounts.
Can I just come back to the? I'm just checking the policy here. Disclaimer is not included in the config in the rules.
Yes, graphically you cannot enable.
What I'm saying is also does it? But I can see it's not included in this platform. Yeah. I'm just looking from, yeah. Okay, now that you added it, it's now included.
Okay, you can verify. It's enable, it's enable. So you can verify with show firewall policy.
Okay. No, just if you can help me scroll up from that. Yeah.
Previously, it was not available because I need to
That's what I'm
enable.
saying.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You get what I'm trying to say now. It's
Yes.
not included in the policy.
Now you can enable. See,
Right.
now it's
Now
available.
that you just enable it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, in case, see, now if you remember, we have two user account, user 1 and user 2. So I'm trying to log in, okay? As a local PC, okay? I got a username from firewall administrator and I'm trying to log in. Username user 1 and password we are using user 1. If this inside machine is authenticated successfully, then he will get what? A disclaimer page. This is disclaimer page. Just like an agreement you can say, okay? Agreement you can say, okay? For example, here you have you cannot access any bad website, okay? You cannot access any bad file. So this just like an agreement, okay? So after successful authentication, if you click on no, I decline this agreement, you are authenticated. After authentication, you will get this page. So after authentication, if you click on no, I decline this agreement, you cannot access. See?
Yeah, it's go back again.
See, return to disclaimer. You can click on yes, I agree. So yes, I agree. If you click on I agree, so now you can see. Okay, wait. Now you can see this inside machine. Inside machine can access google.com, facebook.com. See?
Okay.
And you as a firewall administrator, if you want to verify authenticated user information, so you can go on dashboard. Okay, let's verify with login report first. Forward traffic. And this time what you have? This time you have IP address, user account information with IP address, right?
Yes.
Which user account? Now, if you go on your dashboard and click on user and devices, you can click on firewall users. You can see here you can get all authenticated user account information. So user 1 is authenticated, right? From this IP address, and this user is a part of, remember, local group, right?
Yeah.
Duration is 1 minute 45 seconds. Traffic volume information you can get. Now if you as a firewall administrator, if you want to de-authenticate, for example, you want to allow this user for a limited time, okay, you can just click here. For example, it's a 2 hour, okay, complete duration is 2 hours. So now I want to de-authenticate. As a firewall administrator, you can click, you can select de-authenticate, click on okay. So if inside machine is trying to refresh any page or trying to access anything, for example, I'm trying to access facebook.com, okay, or let's try to access any browser. This inside machine will get again captive portal page. Let me show you it. If I'm trying to initiate my traffic, this inside machine will get a captive portal again. So you as a firewall administrator, you can de-authenticate. Clear now my point?
Yeah. It's okay.
So for full visibility, okay, let's try to log in. User login, user 1. Wait. User 1, password 123. If you are authenticated successfully, so you will get a disclaimer page. Okay, on disclaimer page, you can click on yes, I agree. So yes, you can access. Wait.
But why it's not coming directly?
Because it's required DNS entry, not problem. Okay. Now if you are trying to access now this time, so this time you can access. Clear this topic?
Yes.
Firewall authentication. So this option is for what? Local database targeting. Okay, let me show you in case if you have if you have any AD server, this scenario, Tajuddin, can you hear me?
All right. I want
For
to
exa-
ask you one question quick. One quick question.
Sure.
Now that you have two topology at the same time, can you open two topology at the same time on different browser?
I have multiple servers, Tajuddin.
Okay.
So this is a separate server.
Okay.
This is EVNG. This is separate server EVNG. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so here we have what you can. Okay, wait. I need to reset this firewall device. Wait. So here we have a topology where I can show you how to integrate your firewall device with any remote authentication server. So in my topology, I'm using AD server. How to prepare AD server? This is not our task. Okay, but yes, this AD server is ready. I can verify. Wait. I think I need to reset this firewall device. Okay, so this firewall will take time. Let's verify here onto the server machine. So here we have domain environment. Wait.
What is the password you put for the AD server?
Test 123.
Okay, because I think that is the password for every AD server from the
Yes, server. Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Test 123.
Yes. So now you can verify here. I have Active Directory domain. See, domain and users. You can verify. This is what Active Directory scenario. You can see domain name is what? Tajuddin.
abc.com.
abc.com. Now you can expand your domain. You can get all user information. Here we have user one. Here we can create group account. Okay, let's create a group account, for example. So we have HR hyphen group 11. You can click on OK. So here server administrator will create user account, group account information. All the user accounts are available into this local database. And this domain is working fine. How you can verify? If you ping abc.com, you are getting reply with IP address, right?
Yeah.
And you can see IP address I'm using onto the server is 199.199.199.200. So this is what Active Directory server IP address. What I'm doing, let's configure our firewall device. Wait. Config system interface port number 1 I'm using as a management port. Set mode static, set IP. So 199 network we are using this side. So 199.199.100, for example, /24. Set allows.
Yes.
Services you can allow. Now we can access this firewall device from this management PC. You can verify onto this management PC. Onto this management PC, I'm using same series of IP address. Let me show you. IP config 199.199.199.15. You can verify your connectivity now. 199, 199, 199.1. No, 100, I think. 100. We have a reachability with firewall device, Tajuddin.
Yeah.
And from firewall, you can verify your connectivity with server. 199, 199, 199, 200. I'm trying to verify my connection. Hi everyone, welcome to GNTech Networks. Guys, आज हम जो डिस्कस करने वाले हैं ना वो YouTube चैनल के सब्सक्रिप्शन के लिए हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं। सबसे पहले थैंक यू सो मच, हम लोग 15,000 सब्सक्राइबर पहुंचने वाले हैं। थैंक यू सो मच एवरी स्टूडेंट। ये हमारी वेबसाइट है। अगर आपको वेबसाइट पर ट्रैवल करना है तो gentechnetworks.com पे आप जा सकते हैं और जितने भी लेटेस्ट बैचेस की इंफॉर्मेशन है आप यहाँ से निकाल सकते हो। अगर आपकी कोई क्वेरीज है ट्रेनिंग से रिलेटेड, सो आप इन नंबर्स पे कॉल कर सकते हो। अपनी क्वेरीज आप पूछ सकते हो इन नंबर्स पे। किसी भी ट्रेनिंग का आपको अगर अपकमिंग बैच की लिस्ट आपको निकालनी है, देखनी है, तो या तो आप हमें कॉल कर लो या आप नेटवर्क ट्रेनिंग पे चले जाओ और जो भी ट्रेनिंग, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप 48 फावल की ट्रेनिंग के लिए आप सर्च कर रहे हो, आपने क्लिक किया और यहाँ से आप जो अपकमिंग बैचेस की डिटेल है वो इन्फॉर्मेशन आपको मिल जाएगी। नाउ आते हैं यहाँ पे यूट्यूब चैनल सब्सक्रिप्शन कैसे आपको लेना है। तो आप यूट्यूब पे टाइप करोगे जीतू जासवाल, ठीक है, और यहाँ पे आपको ये चैनल मिल जाएगा। ना आपको ज्वाइन बटन पे क्लिक करना है। यहाँ पे बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस आपको दिखेंगे, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आपको दिख रहा है यहाँ पे 799 फॉर ऑल हिंदी वीडियोस। सो 799 में आपको क्या एक्सेस करने को मिलेगा ये मैं आपसे डिस्कस कर लेता हूँ, ठीक है। 799 के अंदर आप एक्सेस कर सकते हैं हमारी कंप्लीट CCNA की वीडियोस, ठीक है, फोर्टिनेट फायरवॉल, पोलो अल्टो फायरवॉल, सिस्को ASA, सिस्को फायर पावर थ्रेट डिफेंस। सो इन डिवाइसेस को चेक पॉइंट आपका हो गया। तो इन ट्रेनिंग्स को आप, इन डिवाइसेस की ट्रेनिंग्स को आप एक्सेस कर सकते हो अगर आप 799 का सब्सक्रिप्शन लेते हो। ये सारी वीडियोस आपको एक्सेस करने को मिल जाएगी और ये सारी वीडियोस जो है वो हिंदी फॉर्मेट में है। तो आपको अगर हिंदी वीडियोस में आप इंटरेस्टेड हो तो आप 799 सब्सक्रिप्शन पैक के साथ जा सकते हो। ओके, नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन आपके पास है, देखो जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आपके पास फोर्टिनेट, किसी ने, आप में से किसी ने फोर्टिनेट कंप्लीट कर लिया। फोर्टिनेट क्या है आपका? NSE 4 सर्टिफिकेशन, राइट। तो अगर आपने फोर्टिनेट यहाँ से कंप्लीट कर लिया और अगर आप प्लान कर रहे हो फोर्टिनेट के अदर सर्टिफिकेशंस करने के लिए, जैसे फोर्टी मैनेजर डिवाइस जो काफ़ी पॉपुलर है, तो आप नेक्स्ट सब्सक्रिप्शन पे जा सकते हो। जैसे आपके पास क्या है, 40 मैनेजर हिंदी वीडियोस। आपको उसके लिए पे क्या करना है, 1599 आपको पे करना है। और ये भी आप क्लियर रखो, जितने भी आप हाईयर सब्सक्रिप्शन पे जाओगे उतना लोअर आपको एक्सेस रहेगा। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आपने पे किया है 1599, तो आप ये पैकेज आप एक्सेस कर सकते हो। साथ में आप जितनी भी आपकी हिंदी वीडियोस के अंदर जो ऑप्शन थे वो सारी वीडियोस आप एक्सेस कर सकते हो। अच्छा, ये भी क्लियर है कि आप एक मंथ में ये सब चीज़ें फिनिश नहीं कर सकते। ये जो आपका सब्सक्रिप्शन है वो मंथली है और आप एक मंथ के अंदर आप ये सारी चीज़ें फिनिश नहीं कर सकते, सिंपल सी बात है, ठीक है, क्योंकि बहुत सारी ट्रेनिंग हो गई। तो आप एक प्लान क्रिएट कर सकते हो, ठीक है ना। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आपको फायरवॉल सीखना है, मल्टीपल फायरवॉल सीखनी है, तो आपने 4 to 5 मंथ का प्लान लिया। यानी फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप 799 को देखो, अगर आप 799 अगर आप 5 मंथ का प्लान सोचते हो, 5 महीने के लिए आप सोचते हो, तो आप मैक्सिमम जो पे कर रहे हो अप्रॉक्स 3500 या 3600 मैक्सिमम। ओके, आप 35 या 3600 आप पे करके आप 4 महीने के अंदर आप सारे फाइवल की नॉलेज ले रहे हो। और ये जो वीडियोस हैं ये रिकॉर्डेड वीडियोस नहीं है, ठीक है ना। जैसे आपको लग रहा हो कि मैंने रिकॉर्ड किया हुआ है, ये हमारे जितने भी लाइव बैचेस चलते हैं ना उनकी वीडियोस हैं। तो हर बैच में बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं, उनकी क्वेरीज है, ठीक है ना। तो वो क्वेरीज वगैरह आपको मिलेगी उसमें देखने के लिए। स्टूडेंट अपनी क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं, आंसर क्वेश्चंस, ये सारी चीजें हम डिस्कस करते हैं, टॉपिक को लेके बात होती है। तो ये आपका जो पोर्शन है ये आपका हिंदी वीडियोस के लिए हो गया, ठीक है। अब आपको अगर लगता है इंग्लिश वीडियोस के लिए सब्सक्रिप्शन लेना है तो ऑल इंग्लिश वीडियोस। अभी मैंने आपसे कहा जितने आप हायर पे जाओगे उतना लोअर आपको एक्सेस रहेगा। अब यहाँ पे ऑल इंग्लिश वीडियोस में आप क्या एक्सेस कर रहे हो कि सारी वीडियोस आपको मिलेगी जो आपकी हिंदी वीडियोस के अंदर थी। जैसे आपके पास ASA मैंने आपको बताया, ASA, फोर्टिनेट, फायरवॉल, पोलो अल्टो फायरवॉल, आपका सिस्को फायर पावर थ्रेट डिफेंस की सारी वीडियोस आप एक्सेस कर सकते हो, हिंदी और इंग्लिश। 40 मैनेजर की वीडियो आपको मिल जाएगी, 40 मैनेजर की वीडियोस। और ये जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे आपका क्या हिंदी वीडियोस हैं, यहाँ पे आप अगर इंग्लिश सब्सक्रिप्शन आप लेते हो तो 40 मैनेजर की इंग्लिश सेशन की वीडियो आपको मिल जाएगी। ये सारी कंप्लीट ट्रेनिंग की वीडियोस हैं। एक इस इंग्लिश वीडियो में एक ऑप्शन और ऐड हो जाता है जिसमें मैंने बोला फोर्टी मैनेजर। सो फोर्टी मैनेजर आप इंग्लिश में एक्सेस कर सकते हो। एक ट्रेनिंग इसमें और ऐड हो जाती है, वो है आपकी वायर शार्क। वायर शार्क की ट्रेनिंग जितने भी नेटवर्क एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर हैं उनके लिए रिक्वायर्ड है, क्योंकि पैकेट कैप्चर कैसे करते हैं और डिटेल्ड पैकेट की इंफॉर्मेशन आप कैसे निकालते हो आपको यहाँ से मिल जाती है। सो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि अगर आप 119 के साथ अगर आप चाहते हो तो आप देखो, आप हिंदी वीडियोस में अगर कंफर्टेबल हो तो वो भी आप देख सकते हो, इंग्लिश वीडियोस में अगर आप कंफर्टेबल हो तो वो भी आप देख सकते हो, प्लस वायर शार्क की वीडियोस। तो एक कंप्लीट पैकेज आप मान के चलो, अगर आप 4 मंथ का भी अगर आप सब्सक्रिप्शन आप सोच रहे हो कि 4 महीने में आप इसे फिनिश करना चाहते हो, तो आपको मैक्सिमम कितना पे करना होगा? 8,000। 8,000 आपको पे करना है, 8,000 INR आपको पे करना है। और 8,000 में अगर आप 4 मंथ बैठते हो मशीन पे लर्न करने के लिए, तो आप मल्टीपल फायरवॉल, CCNA और वायरशार्क की वीडियोस को आप एक्सेस करके देख सकते हो। ओके, अच्छा ये भी है, जब भी आप सब्सक्रिप्शन लेते हो हमारे पास, देखो जब भी कोई भी सब्सक्रिप्शन आप लेते हो तो आपको स्लाइड्स और नोट्स मिलेंगे, ठीक है? उसके लिए आपको अलग से कुछ भी पे नहीं करना। जैसे आप सब्सक्रिप्शन लीजिए, आप हमारी वेबसाइट पे जाइए। जैसे आपने सब्सक्रिप्शन लिया, आप वेबसाइट पे जाओ, यहाँ पे इन नंबर्स पे आप कॉल मैसेज कर सकते हो, ठीक है? और जैसे हमें वेरीफाई हो जाएगा आपने सब्सक्रिप्शन ले लिया है, मैं आपको स्लाइड्स और नोट, या टीम आपको स्लाइड्स और नोट आपको शेयर करेगी। ओके, नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन आपके पास क्या है? वो है आपका CCNA, CCNP और CCI से रिलेटेड वीडियोस के लिए। CCNA, CCNP एंड CCIE की वीडियोस। ये जो वीडियोस हैं आपकी, ये इंटरप्राइजेस के लिए है। इंटरप्राइज के लिए एक कंटेंट और आप और ऐड कर सकते हैं, वो है आपका F5 LTM। ये वीडियोस जो आप एक्सेस कर रहे हो, ये आपकी अक्षय सर की वीडियोस हैं। तो जितनी भी सिक्योरिटी की ट्रेनिंग होती है वो मैं लेता हूँ, मेरा नाम जीतू जायसवाल है, ठीक है? और ये जो जितनी सारी ट्रेनिंग आपकी CCNA, CCNP, CCI, F5 की ट्रेनिंग है वो अक्षय सर लेते हैं। तो आप इन वीडियोस को आप एक्सेस कर सकते हो अगेन। अच्छा, ये सारे सब्सक्रिप्शन मान लो आपने प्लान किया फॉर एग्जांपल, और आपने ट्रेनिंग स्टार्ट की, आपने लर्न करना स्टार्ट किया, बट जरा सोचो विदाउट लैब सेटअप आप प्रैक्टिस कैसे करोगे? ओके, विदाउट लैब सेटअप आप प्रैक्टिस कैसे करोगे? देखो, लाइव बैच के लिए अगर मैं बात करूँ ना, लाइव बैच में हम लोग लैब सेटअप सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोवाइड करते हैं, लाइव बैच में आपको मिलता है। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आप 48 फावल की ट्रेनिंग के लिए आप आ रहे हो, तो आपको क्या क्या पे करना है? 14,000 INR आपको ये पे करना है। इसमें आपको लैब सेटअप का सॉफ्टवेयर मिल जाता है पूरा कंप्लीट 48 इमेज के साथ। लाइफ टाइम के लिए आप उसे एक्सेस करिए। स्लाइड्स और नोट्स मिल जाते हैं, ट्रेनिंग की वीडियोस आपको मिल जाती है, और लाइव बैच आपको मिल रहा होता है। और यहाँ पे आप वीडियोस के अंदर क्या मिल रहा है आपको? मैं आपको वीडियोस के अंदर क्या दे रहा हूँ? मैं आपको स्लाइड्स और नोट्स सिर्फ दे रहा हूँ। अगर आपको लैब सेटअप चाहिए तो आपको इस सब्सक्रिप्शन के साथ जाना चाहिए, और इसको थोड़ा मैं डिटेल में आपको बता देता हूँ, ठीक है? ये इंपॉर्टेंट है आपके लिए। वीडियोस उन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है जिनके पास टाइम नहीं है, क्योंकि वो जॉब में है, ठीक है, और उनको अपग्रेड भी करना है। तो आप इसको फॉलो कर सकते हो बड़े आराम से। अच्छा, ट्रेनिंग सेंटर्स आपको देखना चाहिए। किसी भी ट्रेनिंग सेंटर्स की वीडियोस अगर आप देखते हो तो आपको ये क्लियर होना चाहिए कि उसके रिव्यूज़ कैसे हैं। तो आप यहाँ पे जाके हमारी रिव्यूज़ को देख सकते हो। जैसे जिनटेक नेटवर्क्स मैंने टाइप किया गूगल पे, तो अप्रॉक्स 700 रिव्यूज़ आपको मिल जाएंगे। एक अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स स्टूडेंट से हमें मिला हुआ है ट्रेनिंग से रिलेटेड। अगर कोई क्वेरीज होगी आपकी तो आप यहाँ पे इस नंबर पे कॉल कर सकते हैं, इस नंबर पे कॉल कर सकते हैं। कोई भी क्वेरीज आपकी ट्रेनिंग से रिलेटेड या आपकी यूट्यूब सब्सक्रिप्शन से रिलेटेड कोई भी क्वेरीज आपकी है, तो आप इस नंबर पे जाके आप अपनी क्वेश्चन डाल सकते हैं, नो प्रॉब्लम ना। अब मैं यहाँ आ रहा हूँ, मैं आपको बोल रहा था कि ये हम इसकी बात कर रहे थे, ठीक है ना? ये जो सब्सक्रिप्शन आपको दिख रहा है, जिसका अमाउंट आपको अच्छा खासा दिख रहा है, 7,999, 7,999 आपको दिख रहा है। 7,999 में हम आपको क्या प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं और उसका बेनिफिट क्या है, वो मैं आपको क्लियर कर देता हूँ। देखो, 7,999 के अंदर आप क्या एक्सेस कर सकते हो? आप सारी वीडियोस आप एक्सेस कर सकते हो। पहले तो सारी वीडियोस आप एक्सेस कर सकते हो, आपको स्लाइड्स और नोट्स मिल जाएगा। दूसरा दूसरा आपको लैब सेटअप का सॉफ्टवेयर जो है, लैब सेटअप लैब सेटअप का जो सॉफ्टवेयर है वो आपको लाइफ टाइम मिल जाएगा। यानी मैं आपको EVNG एप्लीकेशन देने वाला हूँ विथ ऑल इमेजेस का मतलब है जितनी भी फावल इमेज है, जैसे सिस्को ASA की इमेज है, फोर्टिनेट की इमेज है आपके पास, पालो ऑल्टो फायरवॉल की इमेज, सिस्को फायर पावर थ्रेट डिफेंस, सिस्को राउटर्स जितने भी हैं, स्विचेस आपको लेयर 2 स्विचेस या लेयर 3 स्विचेस, तो ये सारे इमेजेस आपको मिल जाएंगे प्री इंस्टॉल्ड। आपको लैब सेटअप का सॉफ्टवेयर आपको मिल जाएगा और आपको सिर्फ क्या करना है, उसको अपने लैपटॉप पे इंस्टॉल करना है। अगर आप लैब सेटअप में कोई प्रॉब्लम फेस कर रहे हो तो वेबसाइट पे जाके आप हमारे नंबर पे कॉल कर सकते हो, हम आपको हेल्प कर सकते हैं लैब सेटअप के लिए, नो प्रॉब्लम। टीम है वो आपको हेल्प कर सकती है, नो प्रॉब्लम। नाउ अब आपने 7999 में क्या किया, आप पहले तो आपको सारी वीडियोस एक्सेस करने को मिल जाएगी और आपको EVNG एप्लीकेशन विथ ऑल इमेजेस आपको मिल जाएगा। आपको सिर्फ अपने लैपटॉप में उस EVNG को अपलोड करना है और प्रैक्टिस स्टार्ट कर देनी है। अब यहाँ पे क्या है, अब आप सोचोगे कि एक महीने के अंदर मैं सारी वीडियोस तो देख नहीं सकता, तो आप इसके लिए प्लान कर सकते हो। देखो मैं आपको सिर्फ एक आइडिया दे रहा हूँ, बाकी आप डिसाइड कर सकते हो। देखो आप 7999 पे आप जा रहे हो, आपको वन टाइम EVNG एप्लीकेशन मिल गया लाइफ टाइम के लिए, और वन टाइम में आपने इन्वेस्ट किया, आपने EVNG एप्लीकेशन लिया, आपने लैपटॉप इंस्टॉल कर लिया। अब आपको लगता है, पहले तो आप एक मंथ सारी वीडियोस आप एक्सेस कर सकते हो, अब आपको लगता है कि अ, आपको 14 स्टडी करना है, पोलोल्टो स्टडी करना है, और आप हिंदी वीडियोस के लिए जाना चाहते हो, 799 सिर्फ आपको पे करना है। अभी मैंने आपको बताया CCNA और सारे फाइवल की वीडियोस आप एक्सेस कर सकते हो। आप फिर मंथली सब्सक्रिप्शन पे चले जाओ बड़े आराम से। 5 मंथ का सब्सक्रिप्शन अगर आप लेते हो तो 4000 अप्रॉक्स आप पे कर रहे हो। तो अगर आप ऐड करो तो आपने 8000 अप्रॉक्स पहले पे किया, जिसमें आपने 1 मंथ वीडियोस एक्सेस किया। दूसरा आपको कंप्लीट लैब सेटअप का जो सॉफ्टवेयर है वो लाइफ टाइम के लिए मिल रहा है आपको। और अगर आप 4 मंथ के लिए प्लान कर रहे हो ऑल हिंदी वीडियोस के लिए, तो आप टोटल जो स्पेंड कर रहे हो वो 12,000 में आपको सारी फावल की इमेजेस मिल गई। ओके, राउटर और स्विचेस विद एप्लीकेशन सॉफ्टवेयर, और सारे वीडियोस आप एक्सेस कर सकते हो। ओके, मेरा एक सजेशन आपको होगा, सब्सक्रिप्शन से पहले आप हमारी ट्रेनिंग की वीडियोस एक बार ट्रेनिंग की जो रिव्यूज हैं वो आप एक बार वेरीफाई कर लीजिए। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आपको फावल के रिव्यूज देखने हैं, ठीक है, फावल के रिव्यूज आपको देखने वेरीफाई करने हैं आपको, या आपको CCNA से रिलेटेड रिव्यूज देखने हैं, साइबर सिक्योरिटी से रिलेटेड रिव्यूज देखने हैं, तो आप यहाँ से वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, अप्रॉक्स 700 रिव्यूज हैं। ओके गाइज, अगर कोई क्वेरीज आपकी होगी, ठीक है, तो अ, हम डिस्कस कर सकते हैं। आप हमारे वेबसाइट पे जाके नंबर पे आप पिंग कर सकते हैं, व्हाट्सअप कर सकते हैं, या कॉल कर सकते हैं। ओके गाइज, थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन। For this scenario, Tajuddin, can you hear me?
All right. I want
For
to
ex-
ask you one question quick. One quick question.
sure.
Now that you have two topology at the same time, can you open two topology at the same time on different browser?
I have multiple servers, Tajuddin.
Okay.
So this is a separate server.
Okay.
This is EVNG. This is separate server EVNG. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so here we have what you can. Okay, wait. I need to reset this power device. Wait. So here we have a topology where I can show you how to integrate your firewall device with any remote authentication server. So in my topology, I'm using AD server. How to prepare AD server? This is not our task. Okay, but yes, this AD server is ready. I can verify. Wait. I think I need to reset this firewall device. Okay, so this firewall will take time. Let's verify here onto the server machine. So here we have domain environment. Wait.
What is the password you put for the AD server?
Test 123.
Okay, because I think that is the password for every AD server from the
Yes, server. Yes.
M1.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
test 123.
Yes. So now you can verify here. I have Active Directory domain. See, domain and users. You can verify. This is what Active Directory scenario. You can see domain name is what? Tajuddin.
abc.com.
abc.com. Now you can expand your domain. You can get all user information. Here we have user one. Here we can create group account. Okay, let's create a group account, for example. So we have HR hyphen group 11. You can click on OK. So here server administrator will create user account, group account information. All the user accounts are available into this local database. And this domain is working fine. How you can verify? If you ping abc.com, you are getting reply with IP address, right?
Yeah.
And you can see IP address I'm using onto the server is 199.199.199.200. So this is what Active Directory server IP address. What I'm doing, let's configure our firewall device. Wait. Config system interface port number 1 I'm using as a management port. Set mode static, set IP. So 199 network we are using this site. So 199.199.100, for example, /24. Set allows.
Yes.
Services you can allow. Now we can access this firewall device from this management PC. You can verify onto this management PC. Onto this management PC, I'm using same series of IP address. Let me show you. IP config 199.199.199.15. You can verify your connectivity now. 199, 199, 199.1. No, 100, I think. 100. We have a reachability with firewall device, Tajuddin.
Yeah.
And from firewall, you can verify your connectivity with server. 199, 199, 199, 200. I'm trying to verify my connectivity with LDAP server. Let's try to access. Let's try to access.
One, two, three.
Now, let's go on to the user and authentication. So for LDAP server, Tajuddin, you can click on LDAP server here. Okay.
Okay.
And here you can create your entry. So you can click on, see, you can click on create. And before this, please verify your connectivity in real scenario. Okay. Verify your connectivity with LDAP server. If you have a connectivity, then you can create your entry for LDAP server. So here I have what? I can give a name, a remote SRV. And what is server IP address? Tajuddin, can you help me?
Server address 199.199.12. Is
200, right?
Okay, 200. Yeah.
Now, what is distinguished name? So here we have domain environment, DC equal to ABC and DC equal to com. So we have domain controller. Here we have what?
Where do you get that one from?
Sorry?
This is Google's name. Where do you get it?
I'm telling you. Wait.
Okay.
So here we have Active Directory server, and this Active Directory domain name is what? abc.com.
abc.com, yeah.
ABC is a first domain controller, .com is a second domain controller. If you have, for example, training.fortinet.com. So training is the first domain controller, Fortinet is the second domain controller, and com is the third domain controller. Clear my point?
Yeah.
So you can create an entry like this, but here we have abc.com. Now you can click on regular. You can define your user account information for authentication. So onto the server, we have a user account is called administrator, right?
Yes.
And password we can define. So let's define here CN name, CN equal to ADMINISTRATOR. And this administrator is available in user tab, in user OU. So you can define CN equal to users, and now DC equal to ABC, then comma DC equal to com. If everything is okay, then you can provide password. So password you can provide. And now
What is the password?
password I'm using pass@123.
Okay.
Here in Active Directory server, I'm using pass@123. Here now,
Okay, yeah.
administrator, see, you can verify. For example, if I'm trying to log off, if I'm trying to log in, so password is pass@123. Okay.
Okay.
So you
Thank
can
you.
log in. It's working fine. So you can directory wait. Okay, so now here, if everything is okay, so you can just click on test connectivity. If you click on here, you are getting a message here. Tajuddin, what?
Yes. Successful.
Successful. You can click on OK. You can click on OK. And now you can create your group. You can click on user group. Once you create your entry for LDAP server, now you can create group account information, create new. I'm giving a name, remote-users, remote group. And yes, I have an entry for LDAP. You can just select LDAP server. And if you click here, you can get all information here. All data information is available here. You can see if you expand this, what we have, marketing OU, users tab, right? Tajuddin?
Yes.
Now, if you click on, for example, group, if you want to verify group information, let's verify group. Okay, here we have in users tab, here we have a group is called HR GRP11. Okay, let's verify. HR, see. So all database is visible here. Clear my point?
Yes.
You can just click on OK. So all user account, group account information is available here. You can click on OK. Now you can go into your policy. You can click on firewall policy. Now in policy, you can decide. You want to use a local database or remote database. For example, rule 1, incoming interface. For example, port number 2 is the incoming interface. Port number 3 is the outgoing interface. Source IP is any or no problem. You can create your object as per your requirement. Then user. So you can go with remote users. Clear now?
Yes.
This is the practical, okay, how to integrate your firewall device, how to do integration, how to integrate your firewall device with remote LDAP server. Clear now, Tajuddin?
Yes.
This is our topic. Firewall authentication. I hope it's clear for you.
Yeah, I need to practice a lot.
Yes, you need. Now, next we can discuss virtual domain, okay?
Okay.
And please connect on Monday, same time, 12:30.
Okay.
Okay, Tajuddin. Bye, dear. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, dear.